Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Through the Fire in the SBN Small Business Network podcast. I am your host, Ryan Wickline. Now, originally, I already recorded an episode for you on motivation, and I was going to release it today, but there was something in me told me I couldn't do it. I mean, motivation is such a feeling, and you see so many people peddling it to people. Oh, if you're not motivated, you don't have a clear vision, and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you it is a feeling, and you're never going to feel motivated 100% of the time. And for anybody who tells you that you are, they are lying to you. I work with some pretty high level people and around a lot of high level people, and I'll tell you, they're not motivated every day of the week, just like I'm not. So a lot of it's just being disciplined and making yourself do it. So anybody who tells you different is lying to you. But I might release that sometime because there are some good things with motivation if you know how to use it. But I'm not going to peddle something on feelings to you guys at all whatsoever. So I decided to talk about my favorite subject of all, confidence. Now, people will tell you I build confidence in people, but I don't like to look at it that way. I look at it more as I unlock what they already have. I help them unlock a belief in themselves, which they already have inside them. I just have to get rid of all that crap and limiting beliefs that society puts on them and they put on themselves. And that's it. And that's the one way I look at it. But before I dive into some of what I do, and I'm not going to tell you all my secrets because, hey, guess what? I need to save some for myself so I can make a little bit of money off of with it too, and eventually use it to help more people with. So I'm not going to dive into everything I do, but I'm going to give you three important things that will help you. But before I do that, I kind of got to tell you where my confidence comes from, because we go back like 8 years ago. I was a broken person, and my confidence was pretty much shattered. But before I get started, I want to tell you kind of a story here. So, been about 4 months ago, I had this urge in me to tell me, hey, I'm supposed to go back and start helping some of these kids that I've worked with before. Like, I didn't know what it was. Like, was telling me, hey, I want you to go help these guys. Go back and help them. So I called one of the parents, one of the kids I work with, and was telling her, hey, I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to do this, but I think I'm going to come back to coaching to help you. I don't know about full season or not, but I know this spring and summer I'm going to come back and help. And it was something that this parent told me that just kind of made me sit back and say, wow. She told me, do you know that if you'd been around, we understand why you weren't, but if you would have been around this season, the kids you do mindset training with and you coached last year, the year before, they'd been a lot further along. And I just had to take a step back and like, wow, there's a lot of people that noticed that. And I mean, I had other coaches even come out and tell me, like, yeah, they would have been a lot further along if you were there. And this made me realize one thing, that my presence just adds confidence to people. And it just made me like have to self-reflect on what it took to get to that point. So before I can even really give you any of my secrets and how I learned how to develop it in other people, I had to learn how to develop it myself. In that process, it was tough. It was probably one of the toughest things I've ever had to do, and what I've had to overcome to get that. Like, that's what people won't tell you. They'll tell you, oh, it was an easy process. No, it was probably one of the hardest things I had to do, because what the struggle was that I went through to get it. But looking back on everything right now, as the things start to turn in my head a little bit too, when I'm thinking about it, before you ever develop confidence in yourself, there's going to be people around you that believe in you way more than you believe in yourself. And that's my story too. And that's what I do in the kids' lives and any other client that I work with. I believe in them more than they can believe in themselves. And that's how it all starts. Like even when I go make a jump and do something else different and there's a little bit of doubt, the people around me have to kind of center me back into place and like, hey, you can do this. I'm like, then I just kind of remember the steps I went through before and like, oh, I got this. So knowing that the people around you, the people you surround yourself with are going to actually believe in you more. So surround yourself with a good group of people who are going to bring out the best in you is so important. And just thinking back to a couple of the people who helped me through it and helped me realize that confidence and mindset was actually one of my gifts. I mean, it's crazy looking back now to that moment, like when I started seeing all the signs to do this and like what my superpowers actually were. Like you'd be sitting there and seeing what I went through and where I was at, and you'd be like, oh my God. And that's kind of how I am still when I think about it. And that's why I'm kind of still blown back when I'm sitting here talking with you about this. I mean, I was going through a drug and alcohol addiction, and I was just trying to get clean. I mean, I was in the process of trying to get clean when my oldest brother came over to talk to me. And he seen I was struggling. He saw I was broken and beat down, going through a lot of stuff. Friend diagnosed with cancer, going to die. One of my best friends, lost him, going through a breakup, trying to go back to school, like during the same time. I mean, I was broken, trying to run a wrestling club. Like I was so much going on and I was beat down. Mostly just feeling sorry for myself, what was going on. And it was something my oldest brother told me. He goes, Ryan, you're probably one of the hardest workers I've ever met. And when you put your mind to something, you know you're going to accomplish it. You just have to go through it. Stop being scared and go through it. It's just like, wow. When he told me that, I mean, it took a little while for it to kick in my head a little bit, but I'm like, man, my older brother really sees my work ethic. I'm like, I thought he always thought I was just kind of lazy, but he actually seen like, yeah, this dude will work and I will work hard, a lot harder than a lot of people. I mean, but that's one of my gifts too. But him saying that, I mean, kind of showed me like, hey, maybe I just need to push forward. And around that same time, I found like one of the letters that my ex-girlfriend wrote me. And to kind of paraphrase what it said was kind of along the same lines of how hard of a worker I was. And that she sat back in amazement with a lot of other people as they watched me overcome all these challenges and obstacles always thrown at me. And I'd always overcome them. They were just like, we don't understand how you do it. But she was like, pretty much said, that's just you. You always find a way over and through anything thrown at you. And all this stuff just had me thinking, like, wow, these other people see this in me. I don't see it in myself right now. But I know it's down in there. I know it's buried deep down in there, that confidence. I need to start working on ways to get it out. And that's what I went through. I went through a journey of overcoming pretty much myself and getting rid of all those limiting beliefs placed upon me. And the first place it started, which I'm going to share with you right now, is my faith. My faith in God got me through pretty much everything. I mean, what is faith? Pretty much a belief, a strong belief in something. Same thing as confidence, pretty much the exact same thing. So the two go hand in hand. Does that mean that it was always easy? Not by a long shot. Any Christian, any believer, anybody who believes in God, who follows God, is going to tell you that their life's probably been a lot harder than other people because God usually makes his life on his followers a lot harder than on everybody else for some reason. And what I kind of realized through this was It's to bring out your faith, to bring out your trust in him. I mean, I'm a child of divorce. So, and when I being a child of divorce, that means when divorce wasn't the cool thing, that it was actually looked down upon. I think I was like one of my only friends whose parents were divorced growing up. I mean, it made me feel like I was an outcast because of it. There was a lot of things that made me feel like an outcast because of the things I went through. Because it seemed like everybody else had a cushier life, but come to find out later, this just made me stronger in the end. But my faith and trust in God got me through everything. And that was not always the case. My trust was whew, when I started out clear down here. And I used to go talk to my priest. And that's just it's like, man, I don't trust that what he's doing for me is the right way of doing it, just like anybody. I was hanging on the ledge, like scared to go and move forward. It's like my whole world around me is falling apart, and I'm just supposed to follow you and obey and just be happy go lucky. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty much what it is. Pick up your cross and follow him. No matter what's thrown at you, you pick up your cross and follow him. So he gave me this prayer to say every day. It's called the Litany of Trust. And I used to say this thing every day. And I mean, I did not want to say it because guess what? I did not trust and I did not believe that he had my best interest at heart because of a lot of my own insecurities and doubt. Well, guess what? He showed it to be right. Like I was clinging to the edge of the cliff, and he's like, nope, keep coming. And I had to follow him. Just like anybody will tell you, that process was probably one of the hardest things I had to do. But guess what? It made me the person I am today. It gave me an extreme amount of confidence, and especially my faith in God. That he's going to bring me through in everything he speaks into my soul. The promises he speaks to me, he's going to keep. He's not human. He's going to keep his promises, unlike the other people around you. So trust him. And to finish on that note, I'm going to tell you a story. I mean, just shows you how crazy falling God is. So a couple years ago, like this is how much harder God makes things on you as a believer. So a couple years ago, we're getting close to the end of the wrestling season, getting close to tournament time. And I had this one kid purring. I mean, he was getting ready. We were getting ready to start peaking for the end of the season. Like, get ready to get down to weight, the right weight class, everything. I mean, I had him believing that he could accomplish anything he wanted to. And I mean, it took a while to get there, but he was believing it. He was starting to trusting everything we were doing because he saw it. He saw how close he was. And wouldn't you know it, he got sick. He got taken to the hospital. He was in the hospital for like over a month. He almost died. Like, seriously, he almost died. And during the time when he was diagnosed and taken to the hospital, I was doing this consecration that I do every year. So every year I do this certain consecration, and God reveals different things to me and strips me of more stuff. And during this consecration, for these 30 some days that I go through this, my life is extremely hard. Well, guess what? During that process of me doing it, because God was calling me to be more spiritual and a deeper relationship with Him and trying to elevate me higher, He was stripping me of things. And He pretty much let this kid get sick and kind of took away some stuff and made me have a lot of doubt and fear of what was going on. Like, I was scared for this kid's life. I was very close with this kid. Like, he's like my little brother. And still this day, he's like my little brother. I'd do anything for this kid. And I still would. Just thinking about this, though, like him being sick and almost dying, like, and I would come home, like, not knowing what's going on, talking to his mom almost every day, getting texts, and just her telling me, we don't know. They don't know what's even wrong with him. Like, they don't think he's ever going to be wrestle again. I'm like, okay. I'd come home and I would go to practice, and it was hard. But I'd see some of these kids dicking off, and I'm like, really, Lord? I'd come home like, really, Lord? And I just mad about it, like very mad about it, because I'm like, you didn't give us a chance. I could see us get injured or something like that, but at least we tried. You're just going to take it away from us without even giving us a chance to try. That's all I'm asking, is a chance. You know, I'm a competitor. Just give me the opportunity to go compete. Just go give us the opportunity. What happens, happens. And like, but you're going to allow these other guys that dick around all the time, that don't take anything seriously and didn't make any sacrifices, and let them have these opportunities. You know, I was playing that card with them. You know, a lot of anger. You know, it's just fine. He's like, give it to me. Tell me how you're feeling about it. So I did. Well, long story short, the day that I consecrated myself, I went to the hospital. Found out he was getting released the very next day. And I got some signs that it was all taken care of. It was all in God's hands. That he had made everything right and everything was going to be good. Like, he was allowed to go compete. Guess what? He went and competed a couple days later at a league tournament. And I'll tell you right there, this is when I tell you that people are kind of mean and assholes. Sorry for me saying it, but they are. Kid just got out of the hospital, and there was people rooting on his demise and laughing because he got beat. Like, he got beat at our league tournament, took second place, got beat. It's like, he just got out of the hospital, and you guys are talking shit about somebody who just got out of the hospital, almost died. It's like, take note of that, remember. So next week, I mean, we put an exorbitant amount of work the next 2 weeks, get ready for everything. Like, he'd go to practice, I'd go to work, come back to another and do another practice. And we were doing double duties. And I was going to get this kid peaking. We were just going all in. We were given our opportunity. We were going to cash in on it. Long story short, he came back, ended up taking second place in state. And all that is because of God's glory. He took us through a process we didn't know we needed, so he could reveal himself and say, hey, look, this is all because of me, not you. Trust me. Give me the glory, not your guys's. So that is why I trust in God so much. Even though he makes things so much more difficult on me at times, and I wonder why, he has my best interests at heart, and I know that. Next week, I'm going to dive in to 3 key areas to help you build confidence in yourself or kids or anybody you're around. But remember, surround yourself with good people, because they're going to believe in you when you can't believe in yourself. And if you don't follow God and don't believe in God, start looking into that, because he loves you and he'll take care of you. Remember, the only way to get what you want is go through the fire.